Genetics and bodybuilding, how important is it really? Is it everything? Is it slightly important? Is it somewhere in the middle? Well, genetics is the same thing as sun tanning, right? Now, let me explain. Two people can go out in the sun for the same time, same exposure to the stress, which is the same as weightlifting, right? That's the stress. Two people can do the same workout, but they can get two completely different results. One person might get a great tan, and the other person might burn in 5 minutes, and then the other guy tanned in 20 minutes. I mean, it all depends on your genetics and how well you're able to, or how well your body is able to adapt. It's not up to you. It's whatever your DNA code that was given to you from your parents. So it's very important. It comes down to very micro level of, can you adapt to the stress that you're applying? It's responsible for, do you have high calves or do they insert real low? Do you have small rib cage, small pelvis, correct quad flare, wide shoulders, good bicep peaks? I mean, you can just kind of go on. It's highly important. It doesn't mean you can't grow muscle. It just means you're either going to put on a lot of muscle or a little bit, or somewhere in the middle. Most of us are in the middle, somewhere on the bell curve, or somewhere in this part here. Most of us are not here. Most of us are not here. The extreme elite IFBB pro bodybuilders, and this is your string means. The string mean cannot put on muscle no matter what he does. I mean, he puts on a little bit, but he's just still a string bean. His structure is just not there. Narrow shoulders, doesn't necessarily have to have wide hips, but just more of a rectangle, skinny frame. Doesn't have a good foundation to begin with. So you need a good foundation if you really want to put on a lot of muscle. Now, this is all a bit subjective of what is a good foundation, because you can't just look at someone and be like, you're going to gain 5 pounds of muscle this year, or because some people can stand out. They can progress faster than what it looked like to begin with. They're like, oh, wow, that person put on a lot of muscle and he actually does have a pretty good frame for it. It's easier to tell if you're on the extremes, but somewhere in the middle, sometimes these guys can progress a little faster if they really nail their training, their eating, their sleep, everything. But genetics is highly, highly important. You can't really outwork genetics, because it is what it is. You can maximize it, but you can't outwork it. It's just what you have. And I think that's the key, to just accept what you have, progress from there.